Welcome back. And as I touched on earlier, today we're talking about energy and sustainability. And as you know, when we talk about sustainability, we have to talk about subsidy. Subsidy is the forefront of the conversations that we keep having every single day and how it affects our daily lives. And on the program today, I have with me Mr. Adekunle Adeleke, and he is the Chief Executive Officer and founder of Daysprings Intelligence International. You're welcome to the program, sir. So, sir, let's start by touching on, in layman's terms, what exactly is fuel subsidy deficit?
When we say deficit, something is deficiency. It's not in great measure.
Yeah.
It's lacking.
Yeah.
So that is it. So we are in an era of a fresh subsidy deficit.
Yeah.
It's really lacking.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
So today we're talking about sustainability, right?
Yes.
And when we're talking about sustainability, which is your area of profession, what do you mean by sustainable fuel subsidy deficit? First of all, let's touch on that.
We are talking about sustainability measures in this first subsidy deficit era.
Yes.
So it's about the measures that can be put in place by the government, yes, to enhance economic development, just as the same way first subsidy when it was active affected all economic activities in the land.
Yeah.
So there are some measures that government needs to consider in this era.
Okay, can you give us maybe one or two of these measures?
Okay, very good. Now, of course, that's why we are here. Yes, there are measures that can be put in place. But before I go into that now, the the government need to consider or redefine this era. Let's talk about that now. This is the era of fresh subsidy deficit. So, and to every era, there are policies, measures that must be put in place to commensurate such era. For instance, now the previous administration, when President Buhari was the president, he came up with a measure of closing the border, but there was no other measure that would counter that the effect of the closing of the border.
Yeah.
So now, if the president has considered to remove the fuel subsidy, so we are in the era of fuel subsidy deficit. We need to understand it. What is the fuel subsidy deficit era all about? The characteristics of this era is increase in cost of living, increase in consumables. Even the NSC are asking for national increase in national minimum wage, increase in electricity tariffs. That's another characteristic. So what is this era all about? We have called it as an organization is oil hot era. Oil hot. The oil, which is the national the source of national revenue, has been hot. That's why we call oil hot. HURT. So the oil has been hot. It has been severely hot. So the fuel subsidy is no longer active. So the oil has been hot. So now I will use the analogy of a man, or let me say an accountant, who is earning 2.5 million in a month, and he suddenly lost his job. That's exactly what is happening now in Nigeria. So I'm using that analogy now in everything we are discussing now. So a man earning 2.5 million naira as a month with a large family, sustaining his large family. So his business, his occupation has been hot. When he lost his job, it has been hot. So no amount of palliative from friends and family can sustain him. His financial responsibility has been hot. He is not able to sustain. So the only solution, the only measure for him is to come up with a new source of revenue or to get a better job. So that's what's happening in Nigeria today. The oil has been severely hot. So we are in an era where the oil has been severely hot. So the government needs to put in place an economic development measures that will counter the negative effects of the hardship. Yes, the hardship effect on the land, on the entire masses and the economic activities.
Okay, so can you elaborate on that when you say that they need to put that in place? Like people watching want hope on how they think that during this fuel subsidy deficit, how they can have better lives, better, more money in their bank accounts, and how that will trickle down to the regular average everyday man.
Okay, thank you for that question. So, is it trickle down to what I'm saying? The measures, the sustainability measure that must be put in place. So now I will now go into the country called China.
Okay.
The idea we are talking about is